Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain. We're not just looking at a product, but at the carefully crafted blueprint of persuasion that's designed to turn a casual browser into a committed buyer.
It all starts with a line like this, from a webpage for a hair growth supplement called HairFortin. My name is James Green. I'm a normal guy. Now, it sounds simple, right? But believe me, every single word here is chosen for a reason.
Yeah, this is way more than just a story. What you're really looking at is a carefully engineered machine of persuasion. So how does a machine like this actually work? I mean, how does it take someone who's just browsing and turn them into a paying customer?
Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're taking that machine apart, piece by piece. And let's start with maybe the most important part of the whole thing, the messenger.
Okay, so rule number one in any effective pitch like this, you have got to build a narrator that people can trust.
So check this out. The sales page immediately gives James Green two different personas. On one hand, he's this totally relatable family guy. You know, he's just like us. But then on the other side, he's a pharmacist. He's got the special insider knowledge that we don't have. It's a really classic and super powerful combination of trust and authority.
All right, so once you trust the messenger, the pitch has to create a sense of urgency. It needs to establish some really high stakes, and importantly, a common enemy.
And the language here is so deliberate. It's not just saying other products don't work. No, it's positioning them as actively harmful. See what that does? It creates this clear us versus them situation. It's you and James, our relatable pharmacist, against this big, dangerous industry.
So now that we have a villain, it's time to introduce the hero of our story, the product itself.
The solution, HairFortin, is immediately framed with all these words that just scream nature, purity, and safety. It's the perfect antidote to those dangerous mainstream products we just heard about.
And then, this is brilliant, they build legitimacy. Look at all these official-sounding certifications. They're specifically picked to make you feel safe and confident in the quality, even if you have no idea what they actually mean.
But what do these terms really mean? Let's take GMP certified. It stands for Good Manufacturing Practice. It's basically just a system to make sure products are made to a consistent quality standard. But using these insider, industry terms, the product's credibility just shoots way up.
Okay, now we're getting to an absolutely crucial part of any pitch. You've got to prove it actually works. The first tool they pull out is social proof, testimonials. But look at how they're written. They don't just say, hey, this stuff works. No, they tap into these really deep emotional pain points, like feeling devastated. And then they promise this equally emotional payoff, like being born again. Okay, this one is really fascinating. This testimonial targets a super specific and incredibly powerful insecurity, the fear of being shamed, of being ridiculed by the people you love. An emotional hook like that can be way more persuasive than a whole page of facts and figures.
Right, so once you're starting to believe, the pitch pivots to the actual offer. And this is where they use some clever pricing psychology to make it feel like an absolute no-brainer.
So first up, they use a classic technique called price anchoring. They put this big number in your head right away, $594. Now, it doesn't matter if you'd ever pay that. Its job is to set your perception of what this thing is worth.
And then, bam, they slash it. All of a sudden, $294 feels like an incredible deal, but only because you're comparing it to that first number they showed you.
And just to make it impossible to say no, they start stacking on free bonuses, each with its own high price tag. This is called value stacking. And it's all about making the deal feel so overwhelmingly good that the value you think you're getting is just way, way higher than the price you're actually paying.
And now for the grand finale, sealing the deal. This part is all about crushing any last-minute doubts you might have.
The money-back guarantee is probably the most powerful tool in the toolbox for this. Why? Because it's designed to completely remove the financial risk. It makes clicking that buy button feel totally 100% safe.
And last but not least, they create urgency. They hit you with claims that it's exclusive, it's selling out fast, it'll be ages before it's back in stock. It's all designed to apply pressure. It's a nudge to get you to stop thinking and just make a decision right now before you miss out. So there you have it. From the messenger you trust, to the problem you share, all the way to the urgent can't-miss offer. That is the anatomy of modern online persuasion. It's a powerful blueprint you'll now start seeing everywhere. So the real question is, now that you know the formula, how will you see the internet differently?